Good day, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns number 3, and welcome to the Link to the Past No Major Glitches League. It's Season 3, new setup, new setting, new method of finding the greatest players, and today we have the Desert Palace, the division of the Desert Palace, and round number 2 between Yeroc and Skipsy. And with me are two wonderful commentators in DoomTap and Spiele Willy. Take it away, it's all yours.
Hey, welcome in everyone. How's it going, Willie?
Yeah, all good, all good. Hope you're doing well, DoomTap.
So, do you have any expectations for this race? Any thoughts? Any feelings?
When we see the PBs of the two players, I think it could be very, very close. I hope so. Yeah. But who's in front? I don't know, man. We will see. What is your expectation about that?
Yeah, I think I predict that Yeroc will get ahead in the early game by a little bit. This is the second round of the Desert Palace division, and they both lost their first race. So maybe they'll want to have like a redemption run and play out of their minds.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. We will see. But they two with nice fire names here. Okay, yeah. Dude, and my bad. I like it. So we will see.
It looks like we'll get underway pretty shortly. 20 seconds. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. We see.
So yeah, in the previous match, Yeroc played against Flip Heel, and they lost that. And Skipsy played against Krithel and lost, and Krithel actually got a PB in that race, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think Skipsy got an unfortunate blind death in his race versus Strudel.
I didn't watch the race, but I did see the finish time, and that checks out. That makes sense.
Yeah. Mashing begins. Finally.
The mashing and the pumping.
Yeah. I like it when Yeroc is wiggling his controller. Looks amazing.
Yeah, he has a input display, and I'm pretty sure he pumps harder than I do. I can't do it that fast. It hurts.
Yeah, I know what you feel.
Yeah, it's kind of a scam, but it's also fast. So. You can see he's already gained several frames from pumping the bushes. I think Skipsy got stuck somewhere.
Yeah, I think a little bit.
Yeah. Don't expect to see too much divergence in the early game. Just little things here and there. We're just basically waiting to get the boots so the game can begin.
Roll escape and Eastern walk. No boots there. Sucks, but yeah.
Oh, they're both getting the trash RNG in the Green Guard Hellway.
I hate it.
Yeah, sometimes it's really bad. You can lose up to a second.
Yeroc with the nice method to kill Blue Guard.
Yeah, the
scary method.
The left slash is just really good until you miss.
Yeah.
And then and then it's not good. I can only do it in practice. I do it in a run and I miss every time. So it's too hard for me.
I don't go for it. This is not the time I can save in my run, so no, please not. So here's now the real first scary part in this game, in my opinion. Ball and chain. You can mess up and lose a couple of seconds. That's not good.
Yeah, and you can also lose a couple of hearts if you really blow it. Yeah. It looks like they're both going for the 8/ method, which is the fastest.
Also the scariest.
Yeroc had a decent fight. Skipsy had one tank, which is fine. The way she goes, sometimes it happens. There's actually a lot of RNG in that fight. The ball and chain guy, I think he detects your movement, or he checks for Link every 16 frames, and based on that, he can be in different positions when he stops. And sometimes you'll have to slash really early, or right when you're centered, or sometimes you'll have to wait until you're past him, and that's what makes it so difficult. It's never quite the same.
Yeroc with a nice stay up time, 3:13, always nice.
Yeah. So Yeroc's about 2 seconds ahead. About what I thought would happen. Just a lot of small things that can happen in the back of Escape. It's sort of meaningless, but it also really adds up if they all go wrong. Like Skipsy just got T-boned by the mouse, and there's almost nothing you can do. The restream can't see the face cam, but he was very disgusted.
The second end boss in the escape sequence, the key red. If they goes north, nobody like it. You see.
Yeroc's Skipsy got the north one, and the boom mixed, yeah. And he's getting bullied. That's a massive time loss for this split. Of just the dumb things that can happen. That's a big one.
Very unfortunate. This is really when the red goes north, it's hard to boom that key then. I don't know.
Yeroc got bullied a little bit. And he's actually going to save time with the beeping frames here. It saves 40 frames during the text. But minus all of the times that you got hit. So it's like a consolation prize. And I expect both players to get Sankart because it's a race.
Seven seconds difference here. Skipsy skips. Sankart, okay.
Oh, he's a champion. That's too scary for me.
Yeah.
Maybe they felt they needed to make up the time, or maybe they just always do that. I'm unsure.
I don't know. Yeah, now we have the long Eastern Walk. Could be an eternity when you reach Eastern Palace, especially with this screen.
Yeah, I personally think this is a pretty fun screen, just because it's so dynamic. So many different things can happen, but most of the things are bad, so it kind of sucks that way. Taking damage here isn't too costly unless you die. Don't die. Please don't die.
Yeah.
There's many hearts you can pick up to recover lost health. Just get into the door.
Good. Gary.
So we'll be hoping for our runners to get ideally get at least an arrow drop and not die and get some sort of money in this dungeon. Skipsy already has 5 because they slaughtered some rats in the escape, and anything above 9 is pretty good.
Yeah. Missed the key part. You missed the part.
Oh, my favorite. They were probably thinking about the heart. It messed up the movement. I did the same thing today. Chat asked if we've mentioned their PBs. No, Yeroc has a 125.36. That's from 2 weeks ago. And Skipsy has a 125.55 from 10 months ago, so pretty close in PBs. I think Yeroc's been much more active with the speedrun, and Skipsy is around in the rando scene. The 125 skill level is sort of the area where you're capable of doing a lot of the difficult strats, but you tend to... It's easy to make mistakes because you're implementing all of these difficult strats. And I personally had a hard time getting 124 because I just kept making 1 or 2 huge mistakes. Alright, we get good big key deboosts from both players. No deaths yet. Nothing could go wrong from here.
Yeah. Skipsy with 1 heart. Could be sweaty. See.
I'm sweating just watching. I'm not sure if either runner will watch the restream. I like to watch. I used to not watch the restream, and I like to now because it kind of calms my nerves just knowing whether I'm ahead or behind. Like if I'm behind, I can just calm down.
Yeah, when I have a race, I never watch the restream. I don't want to see that. I don't know.
I don't listen. That's too much.
Yeah, so much pressure for me when I look and you're ahead or something. Nah, just concentrate on my run. It's totally fine, I think. That was Skipsy with a rough RNG here. Little bit of mess up in the Zelda gamer room.
Yeah, they also had a really rough cannonball room. They made a slight mistake and they got punished as hard as humanly possible. Yeroc with a totally normal Armos fight. I expect the same from Skipsy.
Yeah, looks normal too.
Yeah, Skipsy doing the older strat, but still good.
Both with 7 arrows. That's a good count after Ethan.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Both with a good amount of groupies.
Yeah, there's no real worries at this point other than the time loss that we've already gotten. Skipsy's plus 16 on their PB, which is not ideal, but we saw what happened. It was a rough time.
Now the run begins. We have boots.
Yeah, we have boots. We get to do the spin speed glitch, which I don't want to explain because everybody knows how it works. Just spin the sword and press the dash button, and then you go. Skipsy going for the spin speed early. It's really not that bad. It's not that slow. Especially if you really pump hard on the stairs, but ultimately I didn't like it. So I don't do it.
I agree with you. Like that Yeroc strat here with the unholy spin speed, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's very difficult to save time with. But ultimately it's personal preference.
When the execution is perfect, the unholy spin speed will always save time.
Imagine executing perfectly. I missed enough spin speed in my runs, I don't need any more.
I agree with that too. So Desert Palace with the hardest light world boss.
Oh, definitely. If not the hardest boss in the game. Maybe Agatu is worse.
Yeah.
But yeah. I have a question. Can you read Skipsy's split name for Desert Palace?
Should I translate or should I?
Can you translate? It looks like it's. I'm trying to figure out what it means. It looks like a bad thing.
When I read this on German, it's sub 251 und ich bin happy. It's translated to English. Sub 25, sub 251, and I am happy. It's not
Is
that.
Is it the Landmo cycles?
The Landmo cycles? No, it is his entry time.
Oh.
Yeah, his entry time.
We were sub 251, so
yeah.
We're all happy. We're all smiling.
Yeah.
The runners are emotionless in their cameras.
Desert Palace is a palace where you dash a lot of long floors. Don't mess up this, and you're fine.
Yeah, it's. I don't like the dungeon. I used to like it, and then you don't really do that much.
Yeah, I totally.
On the overworld, you just lose time, and on the dungeon, you can lose time if you get bad cannonballs or bad popos. It's not that interesting. You either just lose time or you don't. Or you do desert spin speed and you fall off the edge, but nobody would do that, especially in a race.
That spin speed scares me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sort of a scam. I think it saves a second. I haven't fallen off in multiple years, but I still clench every time. I often menu too early and then have to do some terrible movement to not fall.
Yeah, Yeroc with okay-ish Popo RNG, I would say. Okay.
Yes, that's reasonable.
A good old Landmos on his side. See. 27 arrows. That's comfy.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable unless you blow the fight, which would never happen in a race.
Never. Never.
All right, let's see what we get. It'll be easy to count because both runners aren't there immediately. It's really hard when they spawn in the same location like that. I think we can salvage a 3.
Yeah, good.
Easy 3 cycle. We get to see what Skipsy gets.
Rough.
Can still salvage this. The last one needs 3. Oh, okay, we're not salvaging it.
Should be a 4 cycle now.
Yeah, it depends. You can get that can happen.
Short top, yeah.
Yeah. Right,
fair and fun game, huh?
Yeah. yeah, fair and fun game. That's fine, but it's not ideal. We'd like to see 3 cycles when we can get them.
Yeroc with the fake clipper.
Yeah, pretty scary to race. It's not that difficult, but you can blow it pretty easily, and if you mess up badly enough, you can soft lock your game. And we have a special clause in races where you can save and quit if that happens, because you can't finish your run otherwise.
Normally runs you can reset.
Yeah.
Good old reset button. Now the fake flip on Skipsy side.
I've never seen that movement that Skipsy did before.
Never two. I see that never two. But it's working, so okay. Yeah, the split name on Skipsy's side here, the Dümmstoppers ever, it's called it in German, or is it read out? And when you translate it, it's stupidest boss ever.
Yeah, I assumed that, but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. I'm not a native German speaker. All right, Yeroc's on Death Mountain. Aptly named. It's well, this is going great. I was going to complain about how bad it is, but that was very nice.
It's going perfectly. Go ahead. Yeah. Could be a very rough screen. A very, very rough screen.
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to deal with, and sometimes it's impossible to deal with.
Yeah. Could destroy your whole Hera split. It is very rough.
Alright, Skipsy's turn. Yeah, we're seeing something different.
Oh yeah, without saying card.
Ooh. I'm not sure if they missed the spin speed or if the boulder ate the input, because I feel that can happen sometimes, even though I have no proof.
Looks like the boulder.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, Yeroc's doing all of the big boy boomerang strats in Hera. And they're basically a scam, but they're still faster.
You have to hit 3 buttons at the same time in this trick, huh? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Skipsy going for the comfy strat. Looks like a very comfy strat. They're not going to kill the tile early, from what it looks like.
Beetle's room, in my opinion, one of the hardest room in the light world to execute.
Yeah.
See why?
Yeah, exactly. It's very difficult to throw the pot past the switch, and it's also difficult to lift the pot. Throwing the pot over the switch is like, if you're cutting it close, it's frame rule dependent. It's just really silly. I'm pretty sure Yeroc will go for the early bomb jump. They were practicing it before the... No, just kidding. They did it just to trick me.
Good to Dango RNG there.
Yeah, pretty nice room overall, luck-wise. Skipsy is on the arrow drop, which would be valuable to get in the petting zoo if possible.
Now the stupidest boss ever on Yeroc's side. Nice fight.
That was a really good fight. Really fast. Nice bomb jump from Skipsy. The spin setup's really good.
That's a very solid light world so far for Yeroc.
Yeah, especially for a race.
Yeah.
Their splits don't have it, so I can't see whether Yeroc's ahead or not, but I'm assuming he is with this. And it's Skipsy's turn for the dumbest boss ever. Moldorm's pattern is semi-predictable, but it's still hard to do the correct thing. Especially in a race, you don't want to hemorrhage a bunch of time. Alright, reasonable fight. We got out alive. Just get to the blue balls and hope for the best.
Yeah.
So we'll be seeing our runners pick up rupees from these trees to pay for the entry in the Palace of Darkness. It's the most efficient rupees to get, but it's It's only a minor time save. I think it's around 4 seconds. Skipsy not going for the Hera exit spin speed, which destroys you like a quarter of the time. I like that.
Ega split or Ega tower split. One of the hardest splits in the game, in my opinion.
Oh,
Pretty
it's.
rough.
I haven't had a good one in weeks.
Me too.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult split. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's pretty difficult.
A lot of clean execution, clean movement.
Oh, Yeroc going for the crab beam for the tree rupees. I'm not sure what they're conserving, but they must be on a good drop in order to be doing that. Unless they messed up and I didn't see it.
I don't think he messed up.
I don't think
Maybe
so either.
Maybe for safety, I don't know. Could be. Sometimes when you dash the bird and he's out of screen or something, or you dash too far right or too far left,
Yeah.
red rupees can be messed up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a visual cue for that. When you kill the enemies and you see like a little, it almost looks like a skull.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's supposed to be. If you see that, that means you've killed the enemy to trigger the enemy counter. Skipsy losing the arrow drop. It's sad. They don't need it, but it's nice to have.
Both don't mess up the 3 rupees. Good to see.
So Yeroc has a mid 125 as a PB, and I've seen him on 124 pace at least once. So he's kind of he has this curse where he's better than his PB, and once he gets on pace, he gets really far ahead, and it makes him nervous. Maybe that'll happen in this race because I think this is a relatively good run for his PB.
It's a very strong light world so far. So
Yeah.
let's see if Aga is playing with him or against him. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes. We probably don't need to explain Aghanim. Everybody knows that he's the shit wizard that pisses on your face and you just like it. You keep coming back for more. Alright, Yeroc having a pretty reasonable Aga Tower. Managed to keep beams and it speeds things up. Skipsy got hit somewhere. I'm assuming it's in the Dark Maze.
Yeah, it was in the Dark Maze.
Yeah. The shit screen.
Yeah.
Fun and fair game. It might not lose time, but it probably could. We'll see.
I mean, 3 is average, so 3 would be fine.
Yeah, 3 would be fine. I want to see less than 3 for both runners, just to pile on the pressure. I'm not racing, so I don't have to worry. Yeah, Fox pointing out that Skipsy picked up the pot from the side in the circle pots room. They have some alternative strats. They don't seem bad. They're just uncommon. Also, I'm not counting the blue balls.
Yeah, I was not looking either.
It was at least one. I guess we could still figure it out from here.
Yeah, I think too.
Oh, Yeroc actually counts the blue balls on his splits.
Oh, okay.
It's good for us.
Very good. Now I have to look at Skipsy's screen.
Alright, I think he got 3. So maybe we'll get an equalizer here. One.
1, 2.
Oh well. Okay. Well, this game is just shit.
Yeah. You got 3.
3.
Sure, 3.
Hopefully, we don't get too many more. We all know how this goes. And if we don't, we're about to find out. Alright, this is looking reasonable.
My last 3 runs, where I got 6, 8, and 11.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Fun and fair game. Alright, so we're off to the Dark World. The game gets fun from here, but the difficulty spikes drastically. Especially where, in the NMG category, we skip most of the optional safety things. And mistakes can be super punishing.
I always said Dark World is beginning when you are on the pyramid and you dash upwards. And you have to spin speed on the stairs, and you mess up the spin speed, then the game begins, man.
Yeah. I hate that one.
Yeah, I don't like it too.
So yeah, Skipsy's a bit behind. Nothing insurmountable. Just 1 or 2 mistakes could even it up quite a bit. Or Skipsy playing out of their mind.
Palace of Darkness is a very interesting split in my opinion. Could be very nice, but could be very rough. A lot of RNG there.
Yeah, there's a lot of small RNGs.
Yeah.
Particularly in this room where Yeroc is at. Getting the arrow drop.
Nice. Oh, he lost a heart there.
Yeah, that one feels particularly bad because to recover it, it costs roughly 40 frames. Unless you get a drop on the hammer jump, but that's scary to go for.
Yeah.
Because you're already trying to do an intense trick. And it's probably not the way you've practiced. Everybody that practices it, they try to go as fast as possible.
Yeah. That jelly could be rough sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes you try to beam him, and you slash right as he shocks, and it still hits you.
Like you said, fair and fun game.
Yeah.
Now the hammer jump on Yeroc's side. See. Good.
Yeah, pretty good. They accidentally menued really early. Got a little bit antsy. Skipsy coming up on their hammer jump. We'll see what happens. probably one of the most practiced tricks in the game.
Oh yeah.
I think they were on the right pixel initially and then moved, but I'm not positive.
Now you should say okay.
But
yeah.
they get it pretty easily.
Yeah, Yeroc with the sexy statue.
Yeah, I missed it because I was watching the hammer jump.
Yeah.
I just assumed that the statue was sexy. You can feel its energy.
Yeah.
Skipsy getting slightly destroyed in that main hub room by the jelly that we mentioned earlier. Alright, how sexy will the statue be? Oh my goodness. Don't look, she's hideous.
Now she's mad.
Alright, we get to see Helmosaur. We're using the newest tech, which is a few years old. Spin speed Helmosaur extends the hitbox of the hammer upward drastically. The downside is you have to do a spin speed in the middle of a boss fight. Alright, pretty reasonable fight for what happened.
Yeah.
Missed the first spin speed. The rest was good.
Yeah, I like that strat. Because when the mask is not on his head anymore, the hitbox is pretty much bigger. And
Yeah. I don't think Skipsy intended to do that to the turtles, but his hands are in the air in the camera. That was not intended.
But he take it, I think. So
It was incredible.
New strats in 2023. Let's go. Two with the spin speed strat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got it. I try to check for the spin speed in the fight. Like, I'll press the sword button again when I get a chance to make sure that I have it. But sometimes it's really awkward.
Good fight.
Easy free game. Yeroc getting the most unlikely lottery. His face just exploded. They both have face cams, and we get to see the reactions to this shit.
This screen is scary, man.
Yeah, it's totally unfair. There's nothing reasonable you can do to avoid that. You just take it with a smile.
Technically, you can hit 3 times there from 3 ropes.
Yeah.
3, yeah. Imagine losing 6 hearts on the overworld. Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice fairy there.
Was that was intended?
I think so. Looks
Yes,
so.
I did not know that was a thing that existed. I'm assuming those fairies are generally a 1 in 8 chance to drop. So I guess that was quite lucky. I don't know whether that's worth it. Oh, 50-50 bush. Well, that's incredible. I might start doing that.
Yeah, I think I too.
I didn't know it was a 50-50 bush. I guess that makes sense because that's like it's a 50-50 bomb in the light world, so maybe they just carry over. I honestly don't know anything about the game.
I always asks me, is this really 50-50? I don't know.
I guess
Sometimes,
it is, but
yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Like Ganon warps are supposed to be 50-50, and sometimes he just warps 12 times in a row, and that doesn't seem right, but it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, Yeroc's in the chat. I guess that Ropa's name is Tony Hawk now.
Tony Hawk, yeah. Make the 360. Let's go. On Yeroc's side, we see Thieves Town. Interesting dungeon too. I like it, but I'm not as good as he. So
It's okay. It feels really bad when you mess up, because under normal circumstances it's not that difficult. If you get lucky, the inputs aren't that hard. Skipsy with a little bonk, little fun time. The segment actually has the longest overworld in the game because of all the cutscenes and the flute collection and all that junk. It's just a long distance to travel.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See Yeroc is hitting the God Pixel? Question mark.
Oh, definitely. Well, maybe not this time. Oh, that's a rough RNG because
It's really rough.
he needed to be on the God Pixel afterwards to continue, and that's so hard to hit because the spike is right there. That's unfortunate. I wouldn't have done any better. I think Yeroc had a frame perfect exit from the bomb floor.
Looks like, yeah.
It's always scary. Alright, Skipsy making their way to the Hellway. We'll definitely get to see the God Pixel this time for sure.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah. That's satisfying.
Yeah.
No prison dash there. I like it.
I agree with you. I hate the prison dash, but I still do it because I'm a dummy. Like, I don't save time with it, but I just do it.
I mean, it is worth when the enemy is in your way. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, for sure.
But otherwise, I don't know. It's scary. I mean, it's not safe that much about walking. I don't know.
No, I'm not sure what it saves, but it's not very much. I guess it's just like Fox says, it's safer unless you bonk, and then it's not.
Yeah.
All right, coming up to blind, totally scripted fight. Do the same thing every time, and the boss will die in the same way. Nobody's ever messed it up, including me today. Oh yeah, nobody's. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna mute myself. All right, this is fine. He can't die here.
Yeah.
Well, he could have, but it was pretty safe at that point. Blind is out of the light. A good indication on whether your fight was fast or not is if Blind is out of the light when she dies. Skipsy will have a good opportunity at that because they still have their sword beams, which makes the fight faster. Unless you blow it.
Casually, in my opinion, the hardest fight in the game when you play casually.
Yeah, I don't remember myself playing it casually, but I played it in rando without a sword, and it's not a good time. There are scripts for the hammer, and I think the cane, but I don't know them, and I will never learn them. Apparently Blind is a guy. Wearing a muumuu.
Skipsy with the very good script there.
Yeah, Skipsy's only 2 seconds above gold on their split, so that's pretty good. And now they're comparing to averages. They must not like the time. I'd say they made up a little bit of time there. Yeah, for sure. Maybe 5-ish seconds.
Skyward split on Skipsy side had the name Bester Boss aller Zeiten. It is translated to English best boss of all time. Well, I don't see that, but okay.
I think the boss is good. The boss is good, but the room is shit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just another one of those scenarios where sometimes you just can't win. And there's a lot of those in this game. The game really promotes being consistent at playing because you need to get to these areas of the game. Oh my goodness, Skipsy with the detour. I don't know how that happened because they didn't dash off, they walked off. Just distracted. Oh, and Skipsy's going for the ancient strat, prehistoric. This is a lesson for all these new kids.
Yeah.
When I started learning this game, the new Smith strat just became popular. So I never had a chance to actually learn the old strat, but I saw other people do it. And I was just very happy that I didn't have to learn this old strat. Because you have to do this where you mirror in the door and all of this junk.
Yeah. I learned this 1 year ago, this game. So I don't know this strat from Skipsy too. I see it a lot from him. He's doing that always, as we see. But
I think it's technically slower, but it's very. It doesn't matter what you do. It's just that strat's harder because you have to pick up rocks and stuff like that, and you have to do tighter dashes. But ultimately, it's just whatever you feel like doing. You're all getting bullied a little bit in the mummy room, one of the worst rooms of the game. They were practicing that. Oh, they might do the hover. I'm unsure. Just kidding. They practice all these strats and then they didn't do them.
Is he doing the hover in the practice? Yeah.
He was doing the early bomb jump, but maybe it was just to warm up. Alright, looks like Skipsy's room is going to be pretty good, pretty reasonable.
Good. Yeah.
You're out going for the sweaty dash cancel to get the key pot. What he did, he did saves a few frames. It's pretty scary for what it saves, but it's fine.
I like to menu there. That's
yeah. The menu's good because if you stand still in the doorway, you have 4 frames you can stop on to cut the dash.
Nice key, mummy.
Yeah, Yeroc's health is slightly low. He'd like to have 1 more, but he fell in the whole pre-mummy hellway. So hopefully this goes fine. Up RNG, that's good. Oh, well. Alright, good enough. That's 7 out of 10. I don't think he could have done much to prevent that. Skipsy going for the Joe mummy strat. Very easy and pretty fast. And they have an opportunity to make up a little more time here. I think they're saving time. throughout this split as well. Unless I'm mistaken. I don't know. Right, we only got the single there.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got plowed. Alright. Forget the thing I said about saving time. Let's just make it out.
We live. It's
that was
worth-
fine. That could have went a lot worse. So yeah, Skipsy's about 47-ish seconds behind, which is a lot less than when they entered the Dark World.
We got the ice palace split. Hard split. One of the hardest.
Yeah, the overworld is particularly tough. Like, Yeroc just missed a difficult quick warp, lost 35 frames because they overshot it. And you have another opportunity to get lotteried, which is really bad because you want to conserve your sword beams. It's once the split goes poorly, it generally goes really poorly.
Roper got the high jump there first.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, it's the quick fish. Worked.
Yeah, I didn't think that was good, but clearly it was. I'm surprised. So Yeroc's entering the Zora's Domain section, which it's actually pretty easy to lose 1 to 2 seconds in here from poor dashing. Because you want to be on the grass as much as possible, and you want to extend your dashes as far as possible. But if you go in the water, then you get wet. Yeroc having a perfectly average Zora talk time. And Skipsy doing the normal, non-quick fish throw.
Yeah. That screen on Yeroc's side is very scary, in my opinion.
I am particularly bad at it. It's pretty difficult. It's not too bad when things go right, but when things go wrong, there's so many variables.
Gives you with a little bit of issues.
Yeah, toes in the water, ass in
Yeah.
the sand.
Washing his clothes.
Yeroc getting the accidental bomb. That looked very, very squirrely. But they got some benefit out of it. Skipsy almost had the RNG where you get hit out of your dash when you do that first dash down. It was pretty close.
Nice room for Yeroc. This bombable floor is scary.
Yeah. It's... trying to predict what the jellies are going to do is just impossible sometimes. And this room's kind of shit too, but that went pretty well.
Interesting setup here for the bomb jump.
Yeah, it's the safest strat. And the slowest, but it's not that slow. It's actually pretty good.
It's a very good ice so far on his side.
Yeah. Not sure what his gold is. Oh, he's doing the stair clip.
Nice.
Good enough. save time over the other strat. Skipsy lost their bomb drop in the bombable floor. Sometimes the bombs just annihilate all of the jellies and you lose all your drops. Yeah, and he's going to get a safety bomb, which is very reasonable.
Yeah, can't blame him for that. Cold Stare is an interesting boss too. Could be totally free or could be mess up your life.
That was in the middle, yeah.
It was in the middle, yeah.
It's basically a scripted fight, except when you mess it up. And then, then the script's gone, and you're flailing. And it depends how poorly, or how much you mess it up. Like, if you get the double spin, it's usually pretty fine. But if you get hit out of your spin or something like that, it's a disaster.
Yeah. Cold Stare on Skipsy's side. See, he was practicing this boss for the race, so let's see how practice was worth. Looks good. Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty reasonable. Alright, we're headed off to Swamp Palace. From the splits, it looks like they do the same item collection, but I'm not positive. Ooh, squirrely whirly. That's. I often use my menu to the mirror there to avoid getting destroyed, but I don't know how good it actually is.
Choice.
Sometimes I just can't react quickly enough.
I mean, it is super hard in the screen when Boulder Cam and Yeroc is in your way. Can mess up so many.
Yeah. And you can never judge which way any of those enemies are gonna go. Like they just choose a path and then it happens.
Technically, it is possible that Yeroc is on the bridge where you dash to the ether tablet.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. That's the fun and fair game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't happen very often, and I'm not sure whether we can do things to prevent it or not. But it's happened to me a lot. Meaning, like 5 times since I've started playing.
Skipsy with problems, he will.
Yeah, he has the spin speed state, but he got knocked off the stairs and lost it. See, that was some shit.
Yeah.
You're all getting the anti-fairy skip, where you get hit and then you shake your head. Yeah.
Swamp Palace, a palace full of weird movements, weird enemy movement, and you have to react fast, and then everything is fine.
Yeah, everybody says this, but this dungeon nickels and dimes you with small things, like 20 frames here, 30 frames there, and then before you know it, you're plus 15 on gold.
And you wonder why?
Yeah. Skipsy getting the quick warp. The first one. I think Swamp Palace is one of the splits that I didn't practice it for a very, very long time. And it took me a long time to get decent at it compared to the other splits. Because it's not really very fun to practice. Yeroc getting bops. You love to see it. Zelda
Practice.
Speedruns 2 coming in with a rate of 88 people. No idea what they were watching, but welcome to A Link to the Past NMG League. Go ahead, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Welcome in, guys.
Incredible. It's going to be one of those swamps where when you get to the restock room, you're taking the hearts instead of the bomb and arrow.
Good jelly.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a bully. You can cut your dash and not get hit by him, and it doesn't lose that much time, but it's really hard to identify.
A jelly again.
Yeah,
Backwards.
that was pretty close to
Yeah.
really ruining us.
Nice hammer dash there.
I think that one's actually a meme. I think the only way it saves any time is if you do the hammer dash and you hit the stealth post and it stops the hammer animation. But you wouldn't ever do that if you had full health because having the beams is better.
Yeah.
So far, Skipsy's lost a little bit of time compared to Yeroc in this split, mostly from the Death Mountain stuff.
Yeah.
I think their dungeon's actually been better.
A restock room for Yeroc and he take the heart. Heal you.
It's a little bit overkill, but also he had 5 hearts, and if if you get hit on this screen, then you're only at 4, and then you're 2-hit KO to Argus.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how did he slither through there?
This was nice.
So we're gonna go for the 0 cycle. Argus, the quick kill. Hopefully we kill all the puffs before they do the washing machine spin cycle. I don't think we'll get this. He could have gotten the retry, but he missed his sword press, I think. I think he didn't cancel the spin speed, but he tried to.
This technique is very hard in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a really weird grip, and you have to hold the B button and press Y and A on the same frame, and you have to move properly, and you have to select the right puffs to kill.
I don't
and all
even know. Yeah.
All of that combined, it's just you don't know what the boss is going to do for its movements. There's a lot going on, and sometimes you just lose.
I don't even know how to hold my controller with this technique, so I don't do that, man.
There are a few different ways. Yeroc actually has a controller cam. We'll see if Skipsy goes for it. I assume he will.
But I'm not sure.
It's usually worth it to go for it if you're capable of it, as long as you don't lose time.
Yeah.
Okay, that was I missed an item dash. The way she goes. Hopefully we clean up the fight. Normally, just a couple kisses.
Yeah.
Normally,
It's okay. It's fine, I think.
yeah.
Oh.
He almost. You can get hit when the boss is going up like that.
Yeah.
It's
2-dimensional.
totally fine. Note to everybody: don't stand over Argus when he goes up.
Yeah, please.
I've seen many people die there. So I forgot that Yeroc gets the Ice Rod in the split, so he's going to have a fraudulent 37-second time loss that he'll make up in Turtle Rock.
Only Ice Rod after Swamp, okay.
Yeah, it's the shopping doesn't really make sense, but it's also up to preference. Getting the Ice Rod in Turtle Rock opposed to this split is you have a chance to get a bomb drop in the Slug Room on bad RNG. Wait, let me think about this before I talk. I'm talking out of my ass. Okay, I give up. Just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And yeah, Skipsy elected to skip the Ice Rod for now. They'll get it in Turtle Rock.
Fire 2 on Yeroc's side. Very satisfying room when everything is okay there. Looks so. Yeah, totally.
Easy and free strat. I won't commentate on that one.
Lost the gamble when the fireball is up or down.
Yeah.
Like always. I lost it always, so 50-50 gamble. Sure.
So losing 1 heart in this dungeon isn't too bad. Losing 2 is a little bit worse, but it's kind of... Losing the beams is bad too.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't help it, and it just happens. So Yeroc had a 105.40 torches time. That's pretty good. They're behind their PB, but not by a lot. So this is could PB potentially. Skipsy with a 106.11, but they haven't gotten the Ice Rod yet. So it's about a minute behind. So a lot of things can happen. Dying to chain chomps, loses... I don't know how much. I want to say at least 30 seconds. Depends how slowly the room goes.
Yeroc here with the safety dash.
Yeah, that's worth it, I think.
Yeah.
ZeldaSpeedRuns 1, or original, coming in with a hot rate of 81 people. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the NMG League.
Welcome, welcome.
It looked like Skipsy didn't go for the Spark Gamble. I didn't see because I was typing, but they have all their health, so
yeah,
pretty good indication.
8 hearts at Yeroc should be fine.
Uh-oh.
Problems with the...
Uh-oh. Yeah, definitely fine on 6 hearts. Yeroc knew you can still dash through the door when that happens, but you have to be pretty quick on your reaction.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was fast enough or if something happened. This is still a fine amount of health. You can finish the dungeon with 5, but it's not as comfy. You have to do some tight movement on the boss, and sometimes the boss doesn't allow for that. But this should be pretty reasonable. And I won't bother to explain Spooky Action Glitch because it's been explained on this channel alone 17,000 times, and we know how it works. Alright, Vidi for Yeroc. Incredibly frightening, totally safe. Alright, Skipsy's Vidi fight does it slightly different, some different movements than what you normally see.
Ooh, this eye was very
Yeah,
close.
That was kind of scary, but it's fine. So I noticed Yeroc finished Vidi off with a spin, and he has 13 arrows, and I think that was intentional. Because if he had 12, he'd have to pick up the Turtle Rock Pot, which is quite slow. But I don't know how much value there was in that spin.
Last trip to the mountain now.
Yeah, everybody's favorite screen.
Uh,
Both times Skipsy was on it, he got totally destroyed, so maybe he'll get a little bit luckier this time. Skipsy will also have to collect the Ice Rod first because of the routing divergence. Yeroc was eyeing the Waffle House strat, but it's usually too dangerous to go for. It's worth it to take a little peek and see how scary it is, but it's usually blocked.
Nice. Nice, Scar.
Good and fair game, yeah. I love Zelda.
Yeah. Now Turtle Rock on Yeroc's side and a few seconds on Skipsy's side too. Very dangerous dungeon. Could be very dangerous.
Yeroc going for the free quick warp. Doing circles around it. Trying.
Not free.
It's a meme in the community that it's free, even though it's semi-difficult. We do have setups for it, but you still have to do the inputs. Ooh, okay. I thought Skipsy was going to get blocked. So I don't recall which drops the runners are on. We normally try to force a fairy and a magic drop in this dungeon, but it's still RNG based. But if we do things properly, we have a good chance of getting it. And not only does the fairy make the dungeon safer, but it's also faster. Uh-oh. Well, we really want the fairy now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You love to see it. You just... Yeroc has a rolling pin fetish.
Yeah. Oh, the jelly. Okay. There's the fairy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty helpful.
Ooh, the chomps.
Oh, nice garbage RNG. Oh my god. I think... Okay, this is totally fine. I think he was too high on the orange pegs to get the iframes that he wanted, but it worked out. But it could also just be wrong. Skipsy having some trouble in the roller room as well. Opts to not get hit 4 times and mirror out. A little bit slower, a lot safer.
Yeah.
You get a magic refill too, so if something else goes wrong, you're a little more comfortable. Yeah, fun fact, hooking the pot in the roller room is slower. Incredible.
Randomizer movement. I don't know.
20% RMG. Well, we got the key, and we're not dead. I did miss the chomps. It looks like we're having a slight party, but it's... Okay. Everything's falling apart. Yeroc getting pretty good RNG
Yeah.
in Pokies 2. Skipsy getting very comfy RNG in Poke 1. People usually don't complain about the right side RNGs. They're slightly slower, but they're much safer, and you get a good chance of the drops.
Fastest RNG in Poke 1 should be the down left, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's
Ever
also
since
the hardest.
Yes. Ever since we discovered the thing where you press A to stop being a bunny, all of the strats are really close. Now, I personally don't like to see the down left. Skipsy honking on the door,
Too fast.
trying to save 10 frames. So for Poke 1, I like to see the comfy RNGs. I don't want to do anything difficult at this point in the run. Speaking of difficult, we're doing an Oko laser bridge. That's the fast strat. Has the biggest testicles I've ever seen. And he knows he's ahead because he's watching the restream.
Huge.
Maybe he didn't want to use his magic.
Oh.
Yeah. He had to... So, for that strat, you kind of want to stay on the grid. So you can get the iframes from the orange pegs, and he messed up the item dash, and it compromised his movement, causing that issue. Still on a relatively safe Trinex fight. If things go normally...
He takes the hard.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't want to die to some dumb shit.
Good.
Skipsy with a nice normal laser skip. Yeah, Skipsy not opting for the item dash strat. It doesn't save that much, but it's... Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's fine. I just filled my diaper.
Yeah.
Alright, I feel like Skipsy's made up some time here.
That looks good. Yeah, fine.
So yeah, we'll see the time differential at the crystal catch. Yeroc's gonna lose some additional time to a massive heart refill. Maybe like half a second. Yes, so it's 37 seconds based on the timer, minus the refill differential, so like 36. So pretty salvageable, but it's going to take Yeroc making a mistake to catch that up, most likely. Also, Skipsy has mismanaged their arrows in some manner. I didn't see what they did, but they either should have picked up the TR arrows or not gotten them. But that's just a small efficiency thing.
Against tower now, the split. Yeah, it's very special because it is. Yeah, how I can describe that. It's hard to play that really fast.
Yeah, so it's
hardest.
It's the most demanding split. Oh, Skipsy getting making friends.
Lionel.
Yeah, Lionel Richie. So this is it's the most difficult dungeon. Lots of puzzles in the basement and lots of combat in the top. And It's just difficult. A lot of the strats are pretty difficult. It's not super dangerous, but you can hemorrhage time everywhere. And especially if you're on pace and you enter this dungeon, the intensity really kicks in.
Heart is beating fast.
Yeah.
Hands are wet. Everything.
Mine doesn't beat at all.
Yeah. You say don't mess up to your head and you mess up, and yeah. Classic.
Yeroc messing up the mic arrow strat. Those are the most efficient arrows in the game to get, except for free ones.
Yeah.
And that was still pretty good. They didn't take magic damage. They only took the heart, so that's fine. And Skipsy's gonna need that chest as well, or the... I guess the upper pot is fine, but it's not good. Yeah, Skipsy getting the double refill on the heart. I think that's a decent play, just for what happened. And Skipsy also getting the chest, the slightly slower strat, but it's still good. So we're coming up on a literal gauntlet of combat rooms. We actually call it the gauntlet, and it's very satisfying to do correctly, but it's very, very disappointing when you mess it up.
Yeah.
And there can be some variance in the times that you get based on the enemies, but usually it's pretty manageable.
Would be very rough RNGs too in these rooms.
Yeah,
Not
sometimes
that-
you can just... Like, you could potentially lose 2 seconds in each room, except for the last one. As being shown here.
Good old skeleton dance. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's the way she goes.
Like to doing the slashing method.
Both players did the new spike room strat. It's a little bit faster, and I think it's easier once you get comfortable with it. But it costs an arrow. Skipsy's on 5 health. Not what you like to see. Should be fine. But there's race nerves and all that junk. And if he knows that he's playing from behind. Nice G2, nice Lamo 2.
Good G4.
Yeah, everything in GT kind of does, like, at least 1 heart. Maybe not the Stalfos, but everything else. All the traps and things like that. Skipsy getting a 2-cycle ammo too. It's fine, but you don't like to see it.
At the bonk.
Yeah, just knocking on the door.
Who's there?
So, Yeroc's capable of the hover. I don't expect to see it with the other strats they've chosen. But maybe they'll do it just to rub it in my face. After burning the tower down.
While we're here.
That's a pretty good Moldorm RNG too. Like,
Yeah.
the hover wouldn't have saved that much there. I mean, it's still like 5 seconds, but if you can hit Moldorm early, the hover is less valuable. And yeah, Skipsy's lost a slight amount of time compared to Yeroc in this dungeon. Alright, we're off to the Agatu shit show.
Hardest fight ever.
Yeah. Need 6 hits to kill him. On cycles 2, 3, 5, and 6, real Aga could fire blue balls like that and ruin your plan. Ideally, you want a 3 cycle, which is impossible here. If you can get salvage a 4, this will be fine. There will be no blue balls for this one. Good opportunity for Skipsy. If they can get a 3 cycle or better, they'll save 12 to 18 seconds. And they're both on Oko for Ganon.
Yeah.
This is a decent setup for a triple.
Yeah, it's a triple.
Spin to win. This is not an easy setup for anything. Yeah.
0. Shit.
Yeah. This is a difficult one as well. They can probably salvage a 4 cycle. Yeah, this is an easy 4 cycle.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Yeroc drops into the Ganon. The reason that was an easy 4 cycle is because on the 4th cycle, real Aghanim can't do a blue ball.
Ah,
so
okay.
you just ignore the top guy and you get the 2 free easy hits.
It's good to know. I never thought in that way.
Yeah, cycles 1, 4, and 5 won't have a blue ball. So you can plan your hits better that way. 1 warp, 2 warps. We're gonna need about 15 to equal this up. 3. Not that I'd ever wish that on anybody, but I think the average warps is 4, but I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either.
Alright, 4 warps, I believe. This is pretty average RNG.
Yeah.
Early double, easy torch glitch.
Oh, Skipsy.
Oh, Skipsy. At this point, it probably didn't matter, but it still feels bad.
Right into the fire.
Yeah, it's... We've seen plenty of Ganon deaths and falls in this game and in this NMG League.
Yeah, Yeroc with a decent Ganon.
Yeah, I think he'll finish at the 126, 34-ish. And we'll let Skipsy finish up their fight.
Yeah, 34, you're right.
Right, Skipsy moving on to phase 4. They opt not to do the early double, which is pretty good.
Getting the torch glitch. Everything's
Yeah.
fine now, should be.
Yeah, at this point, the danger is gone after phase 2 generally.
Yeah.
You just spin the win from here. I think it's just 2 more hits. Oh, just 1 more.
And you get it.
Skipsy finishing Ganon and the race. I was going to predict the time, but I didn't actually look.
27:53.
Yeah, 127.53. Decent race for what happened.
Yeah.
The way she goes. I'm assuming we'll see if they're gonna do interview stuff. Yeah, pretty good race. There was a point where Skipsy could have come back. Like it was still feasible in GT.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the way that our divisions are set up, it's we're getting a lot of close races. We've had 2 that were within like frames of each other or a second so far this season. So yeah, let me check the race time real quick. I was going to pull Yeroc in, but it seems like he's just joined. And Skipsy's joined as well. Yeah, GG's, guys.
GG's.
Hey, GG's. Whew. I'm glad that's over with.
Yeah, me too. This was some race, right? I don't know how it looked from the restream, but I knew since I messed up so much in Light World, and so much stuff went wrong, I knew I was pretty far behind. Like, I didn't watch where you were, Yeroc, but I just, I put myself, some pressure on myself sometimes, or, like, yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Don't want. Yeah.
My Light World was quite good. I was basically only Sankart behind going into one of the upper floors. I wasn't quite 3 seconds behind going into Aga, but it was very close. So then I started getting in my own head at that point about like whether or not this run had like PB potential, and I'm like, stop it, just focus on the race.
Yeah, I was commenting on that. I don't know if you had audio, but you were in the chat, and yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking. 2 of the races last season, I was on PB pace, and I was just shitting myself the whole time.
Yeah, it was fine. Like once I got out of Light World and was like, wow, I'm only like 18 seconds behind or something. Like just keep playing well, and you can do this. And by the time I got to TR, it was just like all bets were off. I was done.
The race was probably closer than what Skipsy thought it was for quite a while, and it didn't really take a turn for the worse until Swamp Palace. That went really rough. The Death Mountain just totally destroyed Skipsy, and it was within 30 seconds in GT. And
Oh,
Skipsy
wow.
made
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
You made up a lot of time. I could
Yeroc
see.
had a pretty bad Turtle Rock.
It was abysmal.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is a split that can definitely go out of hand pretty easily. Like, there's so much stuff that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
I think I messed up. I think I messed up everything. I messed up roller skip. I messed up chomps. I messed up Pokey
I messed
1.
the roller skip too, so.
Yeah, I think Yeroc got hit 3 or 4 times in there.
The only thing I didn't do wrong was laser skip on Oko.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was huge. That was huge, man.
When I see that the roller room isn't working out, I just mirror. Like, it's not a big time difference for me, so. Yeah.
I didn't think of that until I was already like on my way out of the room. I was like, man, I should have just mirrored out of here because I made it to the key without problem. Other than the one, like I took the one hit because I got the short chain and just autopiloted right into the end of the other roller before I could stop myself.
Oh no.
But then like I made it up there, and then like I was like, all right, how do I get back? And didn't even think about like, why don't you just mirror?
Yeah, so some of the things that put Skipsy quite far behind was they had a terrible key rat. I think they lost like 5 seconds in there. They got the north rat, the northwest one, and then while they were trying to get the key, more of the rats bullied them, and it was just.
Yeah, also missed the key with the boomerang, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's.
Oh, I hate that. That's
this
rough.
was just like if you're like grinding for a PB, this is you. Even if you dislike resetting Light World, and I highly dislike resetting Light World, this was one of the things. Like, if this goes wrong, you just reset, right?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
And I think something
that was-
happened in Eastern, but I'm not sure. I don't remember precisely what it was.
I messed up the Skelly room,
Oh yeah, that was rough.
That was really weird. Like, I don't know where the pot actually went, but yeah. One thing that really irked me in my run was the RNG on in Palace of Darkness with the mini turtles, right? The 6 turtles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
saw
so
you-
looks
weird.
insane.
Have you ever seen something like that?
I saw your reaction in the camera when that happened.
Yeah.
The two middle turtles flopped over him, and he still got the spin on the first 4, and it was just the silliest thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Yeah, me too. Like, I've never seen that RNG ever before, like in no race or whatever. Like, that was really weird.
Always new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, all in all,
Skipsy-
all in
yeah,
all, it's a
you-
pretty good race.
Yeah,
Considering
yeah.
the things that happened, is closer than what Skipsy probably thought it was. It was good to watch.
It's
That-
a combination of being rusty and like I highly dislike Light World, so I don't practice it. So I'm just every time my Light World is bad, like this happens. But I caught myself, I think, pretty well and tried my best with Pod and with Beefs Down. A small mistake in Skyward's where I jumped off the ledge, but besides
Oh,
that,
yeah.
it was a great split.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. Like, I really enjoy racing. This is really cool.
And skipping the sand card, very sweaty, but was okay for you.
Yeah,
But I think it was because the red or you're feeling
No.
behind. I don't know.
ever since I come from speedrunning Terranigma, right? So at some point you just skip safeties, and when I was doing low percent, I realized how I actually don't need it. It's just a waste of time. Like, safeties, I feel like are. You need to be confident, and if something goes wrong on this level, like it's already going wrong, right? Like,
Yeah.
the sand card doesn't help. Maybe in some cases, maybe I don't die, but yeah, it's just a waste of time. And like, for myself, I don't want to discourage anybody who thinks, hey, I really like sand card. Please continue doing so. But for myself, I feel like it's just like, if something goes wrong, it goes wrong anyway, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the point. That's the point. Sure.
I don't know. I definitely hedged a few things in this race. Like, I got hearts at refill room just because I didn't want to go into a 4-heart Argus fight. That ferry was 100% intentional, by the way.
Oh
Yeah, this it was a nice ferry.
Skipsy actually ended Argus on half a heart. And
Yeah,
I'm not
that
sure.
was-
I'm not sure if you're
scary.
aware. You're not supposed to stand above Argus when he goes.
Yes, I was
You
aware.
almost died. That was.
I was aware,
was-
and then I realized this could have been really, really close
It
if I
was-
stood
it was-
1 or 2 more pixels to the right.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
close. It was very close.
Very close, and I'm glad it didn't. Like, this is just boring if people die on Argus, right? Like, it
Yeah.
never happens, but it happens that one time, and then yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the weirdest, like, losing a run there is like probably losing a race there is definitely one of the worst feelings, I think. Like, mostly because it's so uncommon, right? Like, you can die in Ice Palace and it's like, well, that sucks, but like, I think people are kind of used to it because runs can just die there. But like, losing a run to Argus, like, no one expects that, and so it feels pretty bad.
It's also myself going for 0 cycle Argus, which is a thing that I've never pulled off in a race, or like, I did it before in practice, but I came really, really close sometimes in
Mhm.
actual runs, and I'm like, if I have nothing to win or to lose, then I just go for it and try it anyways, and one time it will work out. And then I already made some progress, right?
Yeah, I in my fight I had a weird pattern and I just had to bail and wasn't able to like even try and recover the 0 cycle, but you know, that's fine. That Vitreous fight was questionable.
Yeah. That you ended up losing. You lost 2 hearts somewhere, and I forget where. in the basement? I don't know what happened.
yeah,
you
it was
had
on
8
the-
hearts,
in
and then
the-
you had 6.
I lost
Man.
2 hearts to the shooters in the.
Oh yeah, the cane block thing.
Main hub,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
I gave up on the dash. I didn't think I was gonna make it. I've never
think you
never
would've,
figured
but I'm
out
not
how
sure.
to. Yeah, I think I would have too. I just didn't know if I was doing it right. So I just bailed and was like, okay, let me just try this thing. And I threw the block and missed and got hit and went and picked up the block and got hit again. And fixed it and it's like, okay, well, this is fine. I can still do. It's been a while now, but like I spent like an entire evening practicing 5-heart Vitreous, so I wasn't too nervous about it. But it definitely got questionable there towards the end. And then Trinix, I don't know what happened there. I just missed.
Well, you picked up the safety heart, and that saved the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It's like 3 1/4 hearts. I'm picking this up.
Any more thoughts or opinions about the race from anybody? I'm out of questions and statements.
I really liked my Agatha. That felt pretty good. There was just one thing that happened. I lost a heart in the dark maze, but besides that, I made the best out of losing that quarter heart or half heart, and yeah, it felt pretty good to go for that. That was probably my best split in this entire run.
Was
I
it gold
think
pace or
What?
was it gold pace? The Agatha?
No, not
no,
with
no.
losing a heart. Like my red spear guard room is really bad
Okay.
when I don't have full hearts. I probably lose there a lot of time. Yeah, and also I don't have separate splits, right? So I would also need 0 blue balls to gold this.
Yeah, same. I think I was on gold, or what would be gold pace if I had separate splits, until red alert, and then the guy just like went the wrong way or something. I don't. I remember looking at like around there, and I looked, and I was actually ahead of PB, which is unreal. Like
Nice. That's really
my PB is insane. My PB is like 124, 123 pace, and so like to actually be ahead of it, I was like, uh-oh.
I think my PB has a really good Agatha too. 0 blue balls and or 1 blue ball, but the light world is always very, very bad, right? I think back then I didn't do low percent yet, so I also picked up the Sang card and everything. So if there's something I can easily improve, it's my light world, and I just need a better one, and then it's like smooth sailing, because all my practice goes to the dark world. It's just the things that I enjoy the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this run was clearly for myself. I saw, hey, I dislike practicing this room, so I mess it up. Kind of best example, the one in Ice Palace split, the walk to Zora, right? Like I never practice it. It's just so boring and nothing that I like. But then Ice Palace, it goes super smooth. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if anything weird happened there.
I think I splashed
Okay.
like 6 times or so.
It
Oh,
was
man.
at least twice, and it was on the last dash.
Yeah,
Oh,
on the
no.
last dash it was at least twice, probably thrice.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, it was a pretty fun race. I, like Doom said, I managed to not shit my pants, and so, like, it's always a good day when that happens.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, and it's fun to commentate. And thanks to Willie for coming in last minute-ish to co-com with me.
Yeah. Thank you that you take a bit of lead here, and yeah, it's totally fine, man. I had
And
fun
thanks
too.
to the racers. I
Yeah.
think this is our cue to be done. The restreamer has unmuted their mic, and they'll probably take us out.
Let's go.
Just want to say thank you to everyone too, and shoutouts to all the people that helped me. Like even you, Doomtap, your mimic spread is really cool. I like it a lot. And Timon and Bunch and Ray and like all the people who taught me something. Thank you so much.
Yeah, same. Honestly, like I want to thank everybody that's putting this on. I'll save thanking Fox personally until the tournament's over. I don't want him to get too full of himself. But this is a lot of fun and I really enjoy it. So thanks everybody that's the restream and everyone that's working behind the scenes to make this a fun and enjoyable experience for not just us but for everybody.
Yep. Thanks everyone. So GG is once again Skipsy and Yeroc. Great race from you both. Thank you so much for letting us put you on. Thank you also to DoomTap and Willie for being our 2 commentators today. Thank you a lot for all of your work, especially Willie hopping in on at the last minute. This will be it here for us right now. We do have a number of other restreams coming up tonight. We've got a whole bunch of different things. Let's see. Coming up, we have 2 races starting up within about 15 minutes. On ZSR1 and ZSR2, we've got let's see, what do we have? We have, if I can find my schedule, there we are. We have a Link to the Past Randomizer Survivors of Hyrule Tournament quarterfinals game 1 between Zelda, Desan, and Mr. Ed. We also have at the same time, that'll be on ZSR Main. We also have on ZSR2 a Skyward Sword Wing Clash and 80% Tournament 2023 Winners quarterfinals. Games 1 and 2 between Jazz Nix and Exto. We've also got a Twilight Princess Lava Dash tournament at 8 p.m. on ZSR3. Another Game 2 of that Wing Clash tournament after Game 1. We've got another NMG match, which will be on ZSR4. You'll see me all over there again at 9 p.m. Eastern. That'll be Eastern Palace Division. Secretly a Sliver versus Radical Sniper 99. We've also got we've also got Chima versus PH at 11 p.m. Eastern and some other races besides. Plenty more races coming up throughout tomorrow and throughout the weekend. A whole bunch of tournament matches. We've got 6 different tournaments going on ZSR right now. And a bunch of weekly races besides too. So if you have any interest in such, please go check this out. And that shall be it here for us for the moment. We hope to see you all around and have a good night.